unlearn what they have learned. This proves the sun is clearly under God's firmament. 100% clear as day. And there you go. There's the vanishing point as the sun circles the earth, just like in the model I showed earlier. Now taking a look at the moon at night, clearly see the clouds, and people have disputed me about this. Those are clearly the clouds behind the moon. I view this myself at night. I observe the skies very often. I've seen this with my own eyes. This is no illusion. Don't tell me that this moon is 238,000 miles away and you can see the clouds like this. There's no way. Not possible. Again, for even those that believe in the flat earth, they're disputing this. You understand. We're told you have to erase everything we're told in the schools, the history books. It's all lies. You've got to see things with new eyes to understand the entire concept. Everything we're told is the exact opposite of what it is. Now taking a look at Space.com's website, and you can just see by their logo with the Illuminati pyramid, you can tell who they are affiliated with. They work for those that are behind the scenes to deceive the masses. And reading the title for this article, why do planets look like stars in the night sky? Because that's exactly what they are. Again, planets do not exist. Everything is within the firmament. The size of the stars differ. So they're giving you false explanations of what you're actually seeing. Now let's look at their explanation of why these so-called planets shine like stars. States here, planets don't produce their own light. They reflect the light of the sun in the same way our moon reflects sunlight. This is complete garbage. If you believe these so-called planets that you see here are reflecting light to get this light, you're 100% deceived. These are nothing more than stars. And as the Bible states, the moon produces its own light as well. So you got more than one lie in this article. Basically everything they're telling you is a lie. Now taking a look at the very beginning of the Bible with Genesis 1:16, basically the creation of the world. And it states, and God made two great lights. The sun and the moon are two lights. The moon gives off its own light. That's what this refers to. Not a reflection from the sun on the moon to get light. The greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also. Notice planets aren't mentioned, because planets do not exist. And clearly with these images, you can see how the moon creates its own light. Not a reflection from the sun. And more of the same, clearly its own light. Now taking a look at the moon during the day. Why isn't the moon completely illuminated? It should be a full moon. There's nothing obstructing the sun and the moon. They're both in the sky at the same time. So what's the deal? Just further evidence that the moon produces its own light. The moon creates its own phases. It's that simple. Otherwise, this moon should be fully illuminated, with the sun and the moon again in the sky at the same time. Now here's something else to remember. With the moon and the sun in the same sky, what's the deal with the other side of the supposed globe? They're not getting a sun. They're not getting a moon. How does that work? It doesn't make sense. The sun and the moon are always above the flat earth. It's that simple. Now let's take a look at this footage supposedly provided by ISS. This is nothing more than CGI. Nothing more than a cartoon. Nothing about this is real. And this is what you base your belief that we live on a spinning ball. This is complete garbage. And what is this? This green barrier. Unbelievable how people can buy this. The masses, millions of people will watch this and they will say, isn't science amazing? Science is not amazing. It's just that you're stupid and you fall for this complete, utter garbage. Wake up. They can't get into space. Rockets don't work in space. ISS is a hoax. Stop believing in fairy tales. Your whole life's a lie. Everything you've been fed by the government, the schools, all lies. Time for you to wake up and stop living in this lie, this fantasy they have created for you, this matrix that you cannot break free from. Take a look. Wake up. People need to understand one simple thing. We all have been born into deception. 500 years ago, everybody believed the earth was flat. You told someone the earth was round, you would be ridiculed. Now, it's the exact opposite. This is how those that control the world control the minds. And to end this video, I'm going to show this clip again with the sun circling the earth. And you'll see it disappear beyond the vanishing point. This is a follow-up video to my last one showing the sun time-lapse over South Africa and Lake Michigan. Interesting enough, the music I featured in that video was a band from Melbourne, Australia, and they're called The Vanishing Point. The title of the song is Distance is the Sun. Now, going back in time, I also show this image here from this movie called The Vanishing Point from 1971, a U.S. Hollywood-based movie. Interesting enough, the name of the band and the name of the movie called Vanishing Point. The similarities. And take a look at these people around the ball earth. And this is meant as mockery with people, on the sides hanging upside down. Just imagine water on the sides of the ball earth and on the bottom. And how it's sticking to the spinning globe earth. It's spinning at 1,100 miles an hour at the equator and somehow manages to hold on. Completely ridiculous. And now, again, showing the similarities with this album cover, or the CD, with the skyscrapers going around the ball earth. This is meant as mockery. Millions and millions of people have seen these movies. They buy these CDs. They buy these DVDs. They bring them into their homes, and they don't realize those behind the scenes are mocking the masses. People that are buying these don't realize what is taking place. This is how the psychopaths that are behind the scenes that control all of music, all of movies, love to mock the masses.
As the world turns,
Drug enforcement agents found no evidence.
Just more mockery, this time with the Illuminati card game that was released in 1995. They're going to tell you the truth. It's something as ridiculous as a card game, movies, comedy. This is how the psychopaths operate. Showing the fake moon landing in this card game and the flat earth. And looking at the text, it states, people laugh, but they're flat earth. There's no something. Showing the sun time lapse in South Africa and Chicago over Lake Michigan. Truth in movies, comedy, and TV shows. In this case, with the TV show titled The King of Queens, starring Kevin James. Just take a listen to what Kevin James says during these segments. The mention basically of the flat earth with a dome above it.
Let's open up our world. You know, I don't want to open up our world. I want to close our world. Build a dome over it.
If you don't want to meet any new people, why'd you agree to go out with them?
Because Carrie can't know about the dome.
And there you go. Carrie can't know about the dome, which is a reference to the masses. Basically, we're not supposed to know about the dome.
Because Carrie can't know about the dome.
We all gotta share this big spinning rock.
We gotta share this big spinning rock. More mockery.
We all gotta share this big spinning rock.
And all is quiet in the dome.
More of the same.
And all is quiet in the dome.
Now this is a perfect example for a useful idiot, this Kevin James. Before playing the clip, just take a look at his t-shirt he's wearing here. Of course, he's just an actor. The lines are given to him. His wardrobe is given to him. Again, nothing more than a useful idiot. You see, 1969, this is a reference to the year of the moon landing, which is, of course, a hoax. Now take a listen.
I need to know how this whole dome business works.
There you go. More of the same. Just for reference, I'm going to play some previous videos on the flat earth with the dome above us. How obvious can it be? A lot of people, they're in denial. Of course they are. We've been programmed for 30, 40, 50, 60 years to believe lies. It's very hard to change. Once you're programmed, I understand that. Understand, for those that are new to the concept, all these teachers, elementary school, middle school, high school, college, universities, they never been in space. They never saw the ball Earth from space. They're just relying on NASA and trusting NASA, a government agency, that they're telling the truth. Not first-hand knowledge whatsoever. This is how the governments, not just the U.S. government, all these governments are working together to deceive the masses. People might ask, why would they lie to us about living on a ball Earth when we actually live on a flat Earth with a dome? And as I've stated in previous videos, it's all about supporting the theory of evolution. So everything has to coincide with the school books. Can't teach evolution and teach at the same time that we live on a flat Earth with a dome. That would obviously mean that there is a creator, which there is, of course. I just saw this music video by Owl City. The name of the song is titled Fireflies. Like I mentioned many times, with these so-called artists in the music industry, just like Hollywood actors, they're given scripts to read. Basically, the lyrics for the songs, the music videos are not their creations. They don't have creative control. That's by those that pull the strings from behind the scenes. I'm going to show the flat Earth with the dome symbolism hidden in plain sight. Right here at the side angle with the fish tank, with the dome globe. To continue the video a little bit more, I'm going to talk about why they show the top angle. There's a reason. Right there, you have the type-speak fishing net, and there's the dome globe with the ice ring with the wizard in the middle. Just like with the ice ring and the flat Earth concept, I've shown many times, and the dome, of course, over the flat Earth. I find this pretty interesting. I'll go back to that spot again. I find it pretty interesting with the fish tank and the fish net. This is basically, it symbolizes being caught, in the trap of lies, basically, what I believe it's all about. And the fish tank itself, which is a more accurate representation of the world we live in, compared to the so-called ball Earth, supposedly due to gravity, which is nothing more than a theory, trillions and trillions of gallons of water are sticking to the bottom, sticking to the side. Completely ridiculous how we've all been basically brainwashed to believe this lie. To continue this video, just take a listen to the lyrics to the song, which again, it's not created by these so-called artists. They're just performers of songs that are given to them.
I like to make myself believe the planet Earth turns slow.